Hello, welcome to the first video in my series of tutorials for procedural generation in Unity Game Engine. In this video, we will set up Unity and the Gameobject. Procedural generation is creating 3D models in a digital environment using code. Usually objects for video games are created in 3D modeling software and moved into a game engine, but procedural generation has many advantages over that. Games such as Minecraft use procedural generation for terrain to generate a unique endless world on every file. Procedural generation adds an element of surprise to your game, where even the developer doesn't know exactly what to expect. Today, we're just making a cube. First, we're going to install Unity. To install Unity, go to unity.com/products. Click on Unity Personal. Click Download Now, and then choose your version. Then open the executable and follow the instructions for downloading. During the installation, make sure to choose Visual Studio as your editor. Once it's finished installing, you should have Unity Hub icon on your desktop. Double-click it to open it. Now click New Project. Choose 3D Core and name it whatever you want. And press Create Project. The screen that loads when you open a Unity project is called the Unity Editor. The window on the left is called the Hierarchy, and it shows all the game objects in the scene. Right now, we just have a camera and a light source. In the Hierarchy tab, right-click and select Create Empty. This is the object that will be our cube, so I'm going to rename it Cube. Now select it if it isn't already selected. You know an object is selected because it's highlighted in blue. And the object that is selected will have its properties displayed in the window on the right, called the inspector. The transform is a component that every object has, and it just contains its location. Now we press the button that says Add Component and type in Mesh. First, we'll choose a mesh filter. This component stores the data of the 3D model. Now we press Add Component again, still with mesh typed in. Now we choose Mesh Renderer. This component combines the mesh data with the material data to render the game object. Now we press Add Component one more time and type in Script and press New Script. This is the code file that will hold the code that we use to generate our 3D model. So I'm going to name this script Procedural Mesh. And then press Create and Add. Now we need to create a material. A material is a combination of an image and visual effects applied to the image. A material can be put on a game object. Make sure that your assets folder is open in the project window. Now right-click in it, choose Create Folder, and name it Materials. Then double-click on Materials to open the folder. Then right-click on it and choose Create, Material, and name it Procedural Mesh Material. Now make sure it's selected so that the properties are displayed in the inspector. And now we're going to choose an image to display on it. You can either press this button next to albedo and then choose a file, like an image file, or in the case of our tutorial, we're just going to click on this white box here and then choose a solid color to display. Now we'll click on the object again, the cube object in the hierarchy, to display its properties. And now under the mesh renderer component, we're going to click on the triangle next to materials. And then we're going to click this circle dot icon. We're going to choose the procedural mesh material that we just made. And now it added our material as a component on the cube object. This completes the setup of our environment and the game object, and in the next video we will start writing the code.